You ready to start fighting for real?
And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Well, there you go, son. Got a bow in my left hand and a katana sword on my right. I think I'm ready to become the Elden Lord or whatever the guy in the opening cutscene yells about. I haven't watched the opening cutscene in a long time, just because that guy won't calm down. Here, let's organize our inventories for the moment. The tree. Behold. The big tree, son, the lore. The big tree represents how deep the lore of Elden Ring is and how many video essays you're going to have to watch. Alright, this here tutorial boss fight right here can be a bit intimidating, but I have a secret technique to get through it, son, that works 100% of the time, so just follow along at home, son. I make Soulsborne tutorials fun.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Well, here we are in the true game world. I don't believe it. John Madden left that message before he died. What about you, Samurai Ghost? You going to jump in the tutorial pit? Good. I thought I was going to have to deal with a great shameful display right at the beginning of the playthrough. Alright, we got all kinds of inventory management shenanigans we need to get up to. Ain't nobody ever used that item. Don't you put that on my hot bar, Miyazaki. Don't you put that evil on me, Miyazaki. Your dark sign. Huh. Okay, what I like to do is have my flasks, ye old flasks here on my bars. And we'll put the boys down here, although we won't see them for a bit, son. They're just a teaser. It's like how the opening to Sergeant Frog shows that fifth, like, shinobi frog, even though he doesn't really show up till later. And even then, he's like, you guys forgot about me, didn't you? You ain't never getting 5 times Garrow residents, or whatever it's called, when they all croak together, right? I have nothing to do with that man and his memes, son. I've seen Megamind. I know the memes. We're going to run straight forward. It's the most honorable thing to do. We might vanquish a sheep. Bushido. Okay. Look, we got a rare drop. In honor of Bushido. It's honorable to grab random things that you see laying on the ground as you run forward. Look at that cool parkour move I just did, son. That's speedrun tech. God, I haven't even watched an Elden Ring speedrun in like over a year. I can't even imagine what they're like now. They just phase out of reality. That guy that does the 0 Mario 64 button presses, even he couldn't comprehend it. You'd need the lawnmower, man. I see a foe in the forest. In need of honorable combat. The most honorable combat is to calmly walk up behind somebody that's walking through the woods during the day with a torch and humbling them. My light bill be sky high. Idiot. Excuse me. Baka. Gotta stay in character. I don't care what that man's looking at. This man, though, once again burning the torch during the day. Not on my watch. Not under the watchful gaze of my Bushido eye. That man right there looks like he wishes I'd come running at him, like that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail with the 2 guards that have like the flower wreaths on their helmets. That guy just appears. He King Crimsons across the world. What are you gonna do, buddy? What are you gonna do? One of us has got to make the first move. Big mistake! Shit, Lord! Ooh, 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 ooh. I bled his ghost before it could escape to hell. Alright, if we don't want to deal with all this crowd, we gotta kill Corn Hornman. The worst Guilty Gear character and the most annoying enemy in this encampment. Because if he blows that horn, everybody's gonna come running. And I just don't feel like dealing with that right this second. It's not very Bushido-like. I see him. My foe. I also see this guy who's tripping balls in front of the flame butterflies, but I don't really care about him. I mean, when he comes at me, I'm going to murder him, but that's when I'll start caring. Look at him. Has no fucking idea. Samurai Justice has eyed him up. Here comes the honor train. Oh! 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 Yeah, I'm the hero. Bushido! Shit, Lord! Try to sneak up behind me. Oh, hey. Also, Bushido! And now I have the map. Now I have the honor. Now we want that whetstone knife that's down here in the cellar. Should we humble the spearman just because our ancestors might be watching? We are going to soften him up with some honorable arrows. Oh! Oh! My arrows penetrate with honor. Can you say the same, spearman? A sip of the blue before we engage in honorable combat, sir. And I use the term quite loosely. Ha ha! Bushido! Ho ho ho! Try to counter me, Bushido! Ho ho ho! We can do this all day, sir. We can do this all day. I hear one of you boys sneaking up behind me, dishonorable piece of shit. Try it, motherfucker. Try it. Try it. Oh. Yeah, it's something. Bushido. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's honor. That's honor, all right. Amongst thieves, Sly Raccoon. Wouldn't have nothing to do with y'all. You don't deserve to get locked up by Carmelita Fox. It's genuinely dishonorable. Oh, what happened to you, boy? What happened to Ray the Spearman? Now you got to fight me yourself? Oh, the Bushido is too fucking good for him. Pour them sips out. son, for your trip to hell. Haha. Okay, let's advance the game state now. And by that I mean let's get a ghost horse. As a matter of ghost course, son. Let's be more cinematic as we obtain our ghost horse. Oh, and I guess some lady says she'll be our maiden, but I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with that.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
A lot of pop and circumstances. Just give me my ghost horse. Let's do just that. Oh no, I almost equipped a shameful helmet that I'm going to vendor. Alright, I like to keep Torrent when I'm on the overworld as my bottom button. Bit of Baphomet. A bit of Bahama Mama-y for a horse. I know what you're doing. I don't need that item. Yes, this phone is connected. Okay, we're gonna grab some free loot as we run past these soldiers without giving a single shit about them. Well, we gave enough of a shit to acknowledge that we don't give a shit about them, so... I hear you. The ghost of Horn Cornman blowing corn through that horn. That'll let us upgrade our flasks. We're gonna go on a flask upgrading quest, and we might pick up a few merchant recipes along the way, son. I'm telling you, we got big plans. We're gonna need at least one stone sword key, and I just happen to know that there's one on this shack. Thank you. We've also got to talk to this lady who's real sad.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. It's quite a lark when you think about it.
I'm gonna need damn thesaurus to talk to this woman, son. Can't you just use some modern slang, son? Just tell me the castle's not poggers. That's already ye old ancient internet language. Hey, ghost man, I'm the one talking to the bored NPC.
You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormvale Castle enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come. Well, that makes us two peas. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having you. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm nothing but a craver.
That's a shame.
Oh, I know. Can you take this little one along with?
Sure, a jellyfish. Hopefully I can find somebody who wants to buy that from me, because that ain't standard issue. That ain't my boys, the imps.
Everything deserves someone brave. And the spirits will be glad of your company.
And there you go.
Oh, tell them I'm fine again.
I'm just trying to advance her storyline, because she becomes a upgrade vendor back at Firelink Table Hold, or whatever they call that fucking place. Okay, let us warp.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
I guess he could stand here in the rain and talk to you, but I have to warn you, the critic from Lady in the Water will be quite upset.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Rena. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
Boys, I didn't know crowd was gossip about me, my ghost horse that I just got.
As I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
Probably not too much longer, considering the Elden Beast will be slain Sunday. Okay, we really don't have any reason to talk to Santa Claus just yet. We need to ride around and obtain more items. That's how you start an Elden Ring playthrough. You have to ride around and obtain more items. I guess we can go ahead and add a charge to our ye old flask. I don't really need any lore right this second. More of a data man. A rainy day. Okay. So we want to activate some Sites of Grace. Grab a couple of items to make our lives slightly less miserable. And get to it. You know, I haven't really explained the rules of Standard Issue Samurai. I probably should have done that in the opening segment instead of going on and on about the Tree of Lore or some dumb nonsense. But, basically, we're going to play through the game, and we can only equip this starting gear. So these items. And we can equip whatever talismans we want. And we can level up as much as we want. We can use whatever consumables we want. And the only spirit summon ash we're allowed to use are these fanged imps that we started with. I figured that could make things funner. Son, I don't know if we need to be busting out the mimic tier. I don't know how many standard issue samurais we need. I'm going to pop over here real quick because there's another free key. And by that I mean we have to kill a rat. Bushido! Honorable rat dispatching, son. The crowd from Final Fantasy IX wouldn't know anything about it. With their bullshit Eidolons. With their Odins. Alright, we might as well grab this Site of Grace while we're out here. There's that guy in there with, like, the basket on his head that, like, wants you to not fight dragons. I don't really have any reason to talk to him right now. So, one thing about Elden Ring being so open world is you can ignore so much of it, especially if you're doing a specialized playthrough like this. There's so much shit in this game that we ain't got nothing to do with. All kinds of magic and equipment. Aftermarket samurais might be interested in such things, boys, but we come stock from the factory. Lock, stock, and a smoking Uchigatana. There's actually a second Uchigatana we could get fairly early to dual wield, but we can't do that, son. We ain't Kirito. We ain't the only ones that know how to dual wield. We're not beaters. I can't believe I remember that much from that show. Squandering brain cells. You're like, yeah, Uncle Tenfey, that's you, all right. Really strict on what random nonsense you decide to remember. It's not my fault. It's my brain mind sabotaging me. Your greatest enemy is your brain mind, son. It's like Ninja Turtles and Crank. Gently land in the forest. Ho ho ha ha. 'Tis but good sport. I see wolves. Don't you woo. It's illegal. Okay, good. They're not going to get a fine now. Well, it's just a foggy day. Silent Hill. Doing a crossover with Elden Ring, apparently. Turtles. Who knew killing a turtle with a katana sword to be so difficult? It's almost like they're armored. We need neck meat for making neck bones later. A valuable consumable. Look, somebody's over there having a desperate fight as a ghost with the most. I don't mind the rain in this video game. Okay. I'm hung in a tree. Well, now we're not actually going to clear this fort out. I'm only running up here right now to grab this golden seed. Thank you. I'm like Homer pulling that gummy Venus de Milo off that lady's blue jeans. So polite and thankful. All right, there is the merchant right there, but I ain't got no monies, or I ain't got much monies. We'll go on a merchant tour here in a bit when we have some more runes. We're more rune solvent. But I will grab a bunch of these. Yeah, buddy, I'll see you later. I'm here for Obelisk, the Tormentor, who's right here. Now, we have to be careful because there's ornery bears out here. And unfortunately, none of them are Ice-chan. None of them are so soft and fluffy that we can't resist. Hey, guys, why don't you scream at me? See, there's one big bear right there. But we can just ignore that and grab the map. Ooh. Thanks for letting me know. Now we're going to head north to the church while picking up some golden shit on the ground. Excuse me, excrement. That's somehow more polite. It ends in a less harsh consonant. It sounds less Deutsch, so it's not as rude. Okay, the church. In the rainy, foggy distance. Son, what splendor. There's a giant that hangs out outside the church that we could humble, but we'd only get like 1,000 souls. Excuse me, runes. Only 1,000 blood echoes. Alright, let's get our ye old flask of physics. Wondrous, they call it. And a sacred tear. Okay, I like to put my flask on my up button. And we can go ahead and add another charge to that boy. We can make that boy girthier, son, with a sacred tear. There's a sacred tear in my beer. 'Cause I'm crying for you, dear. You restore slightly more FP at HP. Son, Hank Williams Jr. knew about Elden Ring. Alright, we're gonna kill this Scarab Beetle, because he's got the Holy Blade, and if we go to fight any undead... Oh, you know what? I never grabbed the whetstone from that encampment. I was too busy getting mad at spearmen. Even though we're using this Uchigatana the whole game, we can modify it however we want. And luckily they made it very easy in Elden Ring to switch between various attributes. Let us warp. I'd like to say we warped away the worries, but if we turn around... Looks rather worrisome with that big halberd. We're going to let you be. I am going to activate the bonfire. The site of bonfire grace. The lantern with little ghouls crawling around it. I think that's what they're called in Bloodborne. Sekiro? To Sekiro? I've never played Sekiro beyond that like 1 hour stream of it I did years ago when it came out. So I don't even know if that has bonfires in it. Alright, we're going to do everybody's favorite part of a Soulsborne game. Heart-stopping, terrifying platforming. Son. Miyazaki loves it. Okay, where exactly we want to drop down? Probably right about here. Ooh. This is not the most safest place to be. But it does seem to be a genuine intended shortcut because it's so easily doable. If you have faith. George Michael. He can do this in his sleep. If he was like a cartoon character doing the classic sleepwalking bit while his friend tries to keep him safe through all the late night construction sites and traffic. Alright, this one's tricky. You got to kind of walk at a slight angle. But you'll land right here. You'll take a bit of damage. And there's a bat over there angrily watching us, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. We ain't got nothing to do with that bat, I like to say. Alright, we're going to double jump our way all the way over here. And kind of fall down on these rocks. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but that's okay. That's alright. That's why we got these sips. Happy little fall damage. Jump over here. Okay. This is the rough part. Alright. Once again, walk down onto the rocks. If we fall too far to the right, we'll take lethal damage. The threshold of fall damage in Elden Ring is very strict. From going from taking just some damage to dead. Couple of 2-3 items up here that we're grabbing for fun, but there's one main thing we're after. And surprisingly, it's not this ornate dagger we're about to pick up, or as I like to call it, vendor trash. Every item we pick up that isn't this gear, we're just vendor, because we're never going to equip it. Here's what we're after. Oh, yeah. Give me just a moment, and we'll gather ourselves once that bat has lost interest. Shoot. Okay, this talisman is very important because it reduces how much physical damage we take. And in Elden Ring, you take a lot of physical damage. So we came out here before we started getting runes, so we wouldn't care if we fell and died and lost them all. So that was fun. Let us warp back up here. The Beastial Sanctum. We have no use for this place unless we want to kill that guy later, because it's not like we can learn beast magic. Kemono Maho, I believe they call it. I like to think little Ben Kurasento of Life in Kurasento fame practices Kemono Maho. Okay. Another golden seed. We're going to ignore these little fellas. This game is the ultimate culmination of Miyazaki's message that it's better to just run past the enemies. It's a giant open world, so you ain't got to fight shit that you don't want to unless very specific circumstances are met. Alright, there's a dragon on that bridge, so we're going to take the alternate route. Because when you get a dragon stuck on your bridge, you already know traffic's going to be backed up, son. You might as well call the office and tell them you ain't going to be in until after lunch. A dragon decided to back that ass up onto the bridge. Okay. This little trail we're about to run down is real fun because these little hateful guys we've been ignoring, they left a bunch of poison caltrops that if you touch, they erupt into poisonous, noxious clouds like that. And that's why we're jumping around. Get up your seat and jump around. Crisscross. That would be good to sign on for just that little moment. Alright, this bridge right here holds an important component to our standard issue samurai lives. I heard a sad, like, fox noise. Huh? What we're going to do is we're going to set down right here. Melena's decided that we're cool enough to go to the round table hold.
Forgive me. To determine if you had the metal, it seems my worries were Torrent. whereas I merely pretend. There is but one other thing. I can take you to the round gathering place. Very well. Let my hand rest.
Work me away from this rainy place, son. I'm gonna sit by the fire till my ye old drawers are dry. Alright, we're here at the round table hold. I don't really care about most of the NPCs here this playthrough, but I would like to get the upgrade guy storyline going along. So let's go talk to him.
You're a youth, no matter. Lay out your arm.
Tell me about them chains.
No, I've no great my being. Besides, despite my diff sides.
Alright. His plot won't advance until we get Sad Jellyfish Lady to come here. So, Gideon is just like the story of the game. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Nobody cares about you. You're a shitty boss fight at the end of the game. Even casuals don't have a problem with you. I don't know nothing about miracles or having your head stuck through a wagon wheel. I'm not much of a vampire hunter, D. And I can't even remember this guy's fucking quest line. Like, honestly. I vaguely recognize his clothing, but I couldn't tell you something about his sister or his assistant or something. His assistant? I don't know. Get me back to the damn game. I've got to scroll all the way over here now. Thanks, Millennia. Thanks. All right, now that we've worked back here, we can get back to doing what we wanted to, which was to sit here until nighttime, because that's the right time to fight this asshole knight on the bridge, son. You're about to see some honorable combat, son. The most honorable horseback duel of all time. Hey, idiot. Oh, he's mad, and I can tell he's mad. And that's the secret to defeating him. I'm going to turn your own anger against you, Knight's Cavalry Coon. I'm running through the fart clouds, and I fear nothing. I fear nothing. Why don't we fight on this honorable tree root? The most honorable combat spot of all. You can do it, buddy. You can come kick my ass like I deserve. Come on, man. You got me right where you fucking want me, man. Boys, you're making this take a lot longer than it needed to, son. Everybody could have been having a good time if you'd have just fell off the bridge like you're supposed to. Like you're supposed to. Okay, are we in a fight again? You gonna try to kick my ass again, buddy? Well, I somehow created him, and he's so mad, but not mad enough to actually fall off the cliff like he's supposed to. Come on, asshole. What are you clinging to life for? What are you clinging to life for, man? I'm just gonna keep shooting you in the face till you agree to fall off the cliff like an adult. Yeah, keep getting mad. Everyone feels bad for you. Oh, there we go. First time every time, baby. First time every time. All right. Now that we've finished that honorable duel, We got us some spending runes from when we encounter the merchants, and we got us an advanced technique for later on when we're in dire need of advanced techniques. But first, a giant ball of the law. Remember when that was the farming spot? Those were the good old days. It's not a bad spot if you just need a couple of thousand runes to, like, upgrade a piece of gear or buy some arrows or consumables, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. There is a second ball chasing us right now. Just so you know. Just so you know. So we're actually in a pretty advanced area for the level we're at. So luckily you can just run past most of the enemies, because that's Elden Ring, baby. That's Elden Ring. That's why the kids love it. Yeah, take your item in the hell with you. I don't even want it. The sour grapes pinions that you would have dropped. I suppose we should auto-activate this here side of grace. We could make it daytime, although it never stops raining here. It could be less unpleasant, if nothing else. Alright. Now there's a dragon right here, but they're fairly ignorable. As long as we don't bother them, they won't bother us. We won't even look at them. Just pretend they're a tree shaped like some asshole dragon. One of them asshole dragon trees you hear about from time to time. Alright, we're going to go ahead and grab us the map while we're here. That'd be a fun, neat diversion. You have to go by Dragon Pond, but as usual, it's fairly ignorable. The map. And since we're in the area, let's go visit the isolated merchant, so we can come back to him later at our leisure via warping. Gotta watch out for some T-Rex dog hybrids in the area, but we'll just stay away from them. Hang out in the mushroom hills. They're like, oh hey, Sonic and Knuckles. I'm like, no, they're not those kind of mushroom hills. They're the bad kind. They're the kind where at the end of the day you just have to throw your socks and drawers away. There's no decontaminating them. You could boil them in bleach and somehow they'll persist upon themselves. What say ye?
Well, there's been a... How can I help?
Funnily enough, he sells the samurai set that we started with. Although I already have one of those, so I don't need yours. Let's get our arrow supply up to snuff. We'll probably want a couple hundred extra, just tide us over. These poison arrows are real useful, but I want to save our runes to buy as many recipes as I can. That's why I'm also not going to buy this ritual pot just yet.
Have a safe journey.
But luckily we can warp back up here anytime we want. And speaking of warping, let's warp back to here. Once again, ignore the dragon. Tree. There's a Tree of Might Dragon Ball Z movie joke buried in there somewhere too. You could probably suss out. You could siphon through the wreckage. That is my particular brand of rambling in this particular playthrough. Alright, try not to aggro any dragons, since they like to congregate around the burning wall. There's also this real big dragon, but they're so bad off they can't get up. They just lay there and complain. We'll be interacting with them here in a bit, but for right now, this is just another pit stop on our globe-trotting tour of getting ready to play Elden Ring. So, this is just the preamble. This is just the vegetables before we get to the juicy fruit that is Elden Ring. It's like the nicest thing I've ever said about Elden Ring. I could just kind of jump over this burning wall, chest high though it is. Figure I'd throw a Joel Haver reference in there for you kids so you could all stand up and clap. No, there's a new version. There's a new meme you kids do. When you recognize something, it's you post Leonardo DiCaprio from some movie where he's like sitting in a living room and he's got a can of some drink or beer and he's like pointing at the TV that he recognizes something. Son. All right, we left the shitty rainy area and now we're in the shitty dry area. Not much of Caelid that isn't too shitty. I hate to be the one to tell you. There's some of those shrimp knights guarding the front of this church, but we're going to ignore them. Might pick up some sacramental bud, son, for later this evening. There's some lady here who's complaining because she's ate up with the rot and like her arm's missing, son. Everyone's got problems, lady. You don't have a monopoly on empathy. I guess we will talk to her just for fun, though.
Who's there? Well, it matters not. My flesh writhes with scarlet rot. It is a curse.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad. I've got like some kind of debuff on me, but it looks cool. It matches my blood-seeking eyes.
If you are wise, you will leave immediately. My flesh writhes.
All right, she's actually part of a quest line that I don't know if we're going to give a shit about or not, but figured I'd talk to her just in case. Oh. Okay, there's more stuff to do down here, including grabbing the map. What's that? There are scary enemies in this area that we're not high enough level to fight? Oh, I'm sorry, you might not have noticed. We're playing Elden Ring. We ain't got to fight nothing but maybe 2 or 3 bosses. Maybe 2 or 3 bosses. Yeah, this area has definitely got the most Bloodborne in it. Bloodborne in it to win it, as they say. So normally you would approach from the ground down there, and as you're going through that gate, that asshole giant over there throws things at you. Yeah, I took your smoldering butterflies. What are you going to do about it? You should have kept them in a jar. Hey, idiot. Baka giant. You're a die baka is what you are. Ooh. Oh, he's mad. Listen to him. Listen to him. All right, some of them like bird T-Rex things. Look, you can see his shadow as he throws hate boulders at me. What an asshole. But anyway, the map is over here. The big scarlet rot pond is actually right there in the middle, if you couldn't tell by the pustule plants. The pustule plants. Uh-huh. And just like that, we've got a pretty decent chunk of the map. We haven't been to the Weeping Peninsula yet. We haven't gone walking after midnight and seen a weeping willow crying in his pillow. Hey, buddy, you're fairly isolated. I want this, and that's a really overpriced stone sword key. I'm not buying that. He's got the warrior starting set and this random helmet. That's kind of interesting, I guess. I'm sure Vaddy could write some kind of fan fiction about that guy. All right, we actually want to go into the Magic City, as dangerous as it is. As dangerous as it is. All right, buddy, here's your chance to get your revenge. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Make it count. He's taking a month to throw whatever that is at me. Yeah, that's exactly where I was 2 hours ago. You ain't never clearing even the first stage of Space Invaders like that. All right, we want to hug the wall because as you can see, there's one of those horrible T-Rex dogs sitting there looking for someone to be mad at. Like most piece of shit's dogs, he sits around all day looking for people to get mad at. All right, this man in here would tell us to go up there and talk to that girl in the church, but we've already done that.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. I am Gary. I'd hoped to ask a favor of a strapping young Tarnish. Don't fret. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Celia.
That sounds interesting, I guess. So, yes.
Then you are... I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent, resting at the church atop the cliff.
I'd like to think he's making a reference to the webcomic Ozzy and Millie, because the little fox girl from that was Millie. She was named Millicent. It's a funny joke. I think the little fox boy's name was Ozymandias, King of Kings.
The rotting sickness that when the Erd tree flourished, but Millicent's suffering. For this, you are to find a certain, seek the deep scarlet swamp of Aeonia out the needle made from unalloyed gold.
All right, we need an unalloyed gold needle. Does that just mean it's just pure? It's not an alloy? How many carats that gold got to be? All right, there's the town of Assholery. So there's a bunch of invisible spellcasters in there that we would normally be worried about. But once again, we're playing Elden Ring, which means we can just kind of ignore them. As long as we bob and weave, we should be okay. I will take your magic grease. Oh, wait, that's poison. Poison grease. Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna pluck your golden seed. You know, one of those magic casters like, oh, he's always after me golden seeds. Why does everyone laugh when I say that? I think we can jump down around here. Yeah, okay. So this place is sealed up. Now, if you watched my original TMVA blind run of Elden Ring, this area would be quite familiar. Because this is the mine you get teleported to when you open that trap treasure chest in those ruins where we killed that one rat with Honorable Bushido. So, that's where we are right now. I'm just going to run around here because there's another merchant and another side of grace. And we might as well go ahead and grab, since we're in no real danger as long as we keep running. Hell, we ain't even got to be scared of the Scarlet Swamp. While we're riding Torrent, his hooves cannot be poisoned. They be poison-proof. Poison-proof hooves. Streets of Saga. I can't believe they're remaking Romancing Saga 2. I've bought the Romancing Saga 2 and 3 remakes like years and years ago. I never once have played them. It's kind of sad. I'll take your Aeonian butterflies. You need those to make Scarlet Rot related things, which are good things to make on most occasions. This is where I originally got inducted to the Round Table Hold, or by me I mean Soul the Confessor, everyone's favorite Tenfey Soulsborne character.
Welcome, dear customer.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome. Value these. I'm hungry.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be sitting out here in this awful fucking place. All right, you'll notice we started with 10 fire arrows. Well, we should get us a stack of them. That's a lot of money, though. Let's get at least 50 of them. Some poison throw-in knives could be useful, too. I'll take a full stack. These cure Scarlet Rot, but we shouldn't be encountering a lot of Scarlet Rot now that we're done running around this area that we clearly have no business in, so I'm going to leave them. All right, cool. I think it's time to finally head to the Weeping Peninsula. Let's take care of some shit up here first. How about that? Okay. We're going to take a divergent path right here, following this collapsed bridge type area. Ignore the giants. They might be giants, but I'm ignoring them. There's like a coliseum area over there where you get invaded. I ain't dealing with that right now. And here's the Storm Master's shack, or the War Master's shack, excuse me. There's some root resin around here which can be useful. You use that to make a lot of the stuff that you rub on your sword. A lot of your sword twang uses root resin. And I find that some tends to appear around this shack. Yeah. Now, I don't really need any of the arts of war this guy sells. In fact, I wouldn't even discourage James Rolfe from referring to them as farts of war. So we're not going to talk to him right now. Now, if you're in this area at night, you'll get attacked by Deathbird, the bird that eats people. So we're not going to do that. I ain't got nothing to do with him. Although if we were going to fight him, we could make our sword holy. Once again, I forgot we need to go down into here and get that damn whetstone I forgot about. I was having too much fun and sharing too many laughs with you kids, and I forgot to be responsible. Let's kill some eagles. Eagles. They didn't even drop nothing. I sullied my American spirit for nothing, son. If Benjamin Franklin's ghost finds out I'm killing eagles.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello?
Oh, I am Alexander. Please, can you...
Sure thing, talking pot coon.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to give it your all, I say.
Son, I'm suddenly starting to regret this. Hey now, Samurai Ghosts. What say ye?
Come on. I'll pop clean out.
I want to see what this message says first. Time for rump. Well, he's not wrong. Bushido. Alright, we're going to get him with the old one too. Bushido. Blue. Ah! Triumphant delight.
Well played, good sir. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelt the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token...
A buffalo shrimps? How did he know?
Once again, pleasure is mine. I journey to the east, and beyond these lands, and upon their southern edge, is Redmane Castle. I'd heard whispers of so doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
Yeah, I'd say my breast is slightly fluttery.
I'm heading to Redmane. I've heard there's to be...
Alright, onion bro. I mean big pot guy. Okay, okay, okay. And horse. There's a pumpkin head on the bridge. How will we ever get past him? How will we ever? Yeah, but me and this samurai are in sync. I like to think he's doing his own stash issue run. Oh, I love these little skulls that are just laying around that always have a level 1 golden rune in them. Bye, pumpkin head. I've never seen any of your movies. Apparently the second one's good. Another merchant. Uh-huh.
Oh, gee. Are you here as a customer?
I am. I need your neck bones recipe. And your shards and your pot. I might as well buy these 3 that he's got.
I must have. I'm afraid I'm very... Please,
Oh no!
please stop this.
I just kind of fell on top of you. Some honorable thing about that, right, Kame-kun? The Kame Cutter is what they call me. Down at the club. Don't tell Master Roshi. I'll be banned from Kame House. And probably Kame's Lookout, although... I don't know if this samurai could make it to the top, son. He ain't Yajirobe. He ain't Yajirobe. You maybe wonder why I'm slaughtering these peaceful turtles. It's because you need the turtle neck meat to make the neck bones item, which increases stamina recovery. It's basically like the green blossom in Dark Souls. Alright, those that dwell in death, I ain't got really nothing to do with right now. I'm more about slaughtering the living myself. It's more ethical. I like to think as I take a sip of water. As I take a sip of water. Yeah, there's one of them ghost boatmans in there. We're gonna leave him be. I did see a turtle up here in need of slaughtering though. And I'm just the man to do it. Sometimes you get strips of white flesh. I think those might be made or used in making resistance items. Even though resistance might be futile, son. You'll have to ask Locutus. I like to think at least one of you all, Locutus, is your favorite Soulsborne character. What y'all guarding? Trying to get the flying needle bugs to back you up, are you? I've aggroed a needle bug, I believe, but I don't know where it is. How do you feel about proper Bushido? Oh, he's not a fan. Yeah, there's that ghost boatman. There you are. Asshole. Okay, here's why we needed this key. So we can get downstairs right here. We'll find some more honorable combat down here. Ha ha. Hee hee. How did he miss twice? What's this cow noise you make, son? I've seen a turtle go aboard a tennis shoe before, and that's not the noise they made. It just proves that they're not really turtles. I hope the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are watching. I've already lost Master Splinter when I super honorably Bushido killed that Ruins rat earlier. Oh yeah, so that talisman increases our stamina recovery rate. It's like the Chloranthy ring. That explains it all. Turtle seal explains it all. We can only wear one talisman at the moment, but once we defeat the first major boss, we'll get another talisman pouch. Now, we could actually run into Caelid from here if we wanted to, but that's not why we're coming over here. And it's not just to slaughter these eagles, even though that is satisfying. Figure we might as well pop into this mine right quick. It's a terrible thing to waste after all. We don't need to be in combat stance at the moment. Oh, I completely forgot we got this little shield. I haven't really shown you all my gear. I mean, this is what a samurai starts with. Oh no, dishonor. I'm trying to remember how to actually look at the item description. Oh, it's on this page, yeah. The Land of Reeds. You know Reed Richards is from there. I've also got this here Uchigatana sword and a bow and this neat little shield that you could parry with if parry timing the original Dark Souls wasn't the only game with tolerable parry timing. Oh, I must need to reload the area. Excuse me. There he is. He snuck in behind me.
Ah, I hadn't expected to see your face. Are you heading to the Festival of Combat too? No need to be coy with judging by the fine wallop you gave the old backside earlier. The mere thought of such a festival gets the blood pumping. But, however you slice it, I'm sorry to have raised your hopes. It seems my calculations must have been...
So what happened? Because you could just walk to the castle from here. He must have just fell down here or something.
I was many great warriors, my destiny. It is my ordeal. And then, what do you think, eh?
So I guess the lore of these things is they put a bunch of dead warriors in a pot, and then the pot becomes its own consciousness. There's an episode of Star Trek to be found in there somewhere. Also, this door is locked, and even if it wasn't, I don't know how you expect to fit through there. You should just Kool-Aid Man your ass through the whole damn wall. But who am I? Who am I to judge? Smithy Stone 4, we won't be there for a while. How did so many of y'all die down here with your jellyfish shield and your shameful magic? Yeah, that's what happens when you're a magic boy in a melee world. And then there's this asshole. What are y'all fighting, Alexander? Huh. Maybe they just ran in here and thought he was a mob. Although he can't be here unless you free him out of the hole. We'll never know the true story of what happened. At least you activated the Side of Grace before you died with your guts sword. Of the Guts Lord. Okay, I think we've done everything we need to do here. I think we're ready for some more meandering about. And then I promise we'll be ready to actually play the game, son. When is he going to get to the Elden Ring factory? Okay, we need to... I want to hit up this guy down here while we've got some souls. Before I have a chance to die and lose all these runes. Let's go talk to that guy. That super cool merchant that everyone likes. We could kill a chunky owl on the way and get a slumbering egg. Haha. Hey, buddy.
Please, I'm angry.
Someone already used that line on me, buddy. You need to mix it up. I want this and these. 10 sleeping arrows. How can I lose? That's really all I want from this guy. I'll take your flame butterflies too. Now, I would like to go by the ruins so we hear Blythe the Wolfman a-wooing. He's the only one allowed to woo. He's the only one that applied for a proper a-wooing permit, son. And that VTuber girl that wants him so bad, Bao, I think is her name. Luckily, she worked down at City Hall and fast-tracked his application, son. His good boy license. I hear you. Now we can learn about him and get the finger snap over here. All right, we're finally ready to talk to Santa Claus. After we upgrade our Uchigatana a couple, 2-3 times. Ooh. Ooh. Now, we could take the bow up to the next level, but I'd rather wait until we have 6, because it's more important to get our katana sword leveled up. Now, these are the only 3 items we're going to upgrade through the whole game, so I'm not even really going to worry about going out and getting all the bale bearings, because we're only going to need 12 of each stone for each of these, so that's 36 of each stone. Maybe we can come across those. It'll give us an excuse to go inside of some of the mines. Son, it'll give us an excuse to experience some of the game's content, as copy and pasted as it might be. Hey, Santa Claus. I've already talked to 100 merchants, man. You're not unique. I need to know about howling.
Next time you hear, don't fret. I just haven't.
So there is a reason we want to advance Blythe's storyline, and it's not just because we get to hang out with Blythe.
I am of a no selling where the land has its only tongue. Let's say
I got you. All right, I want a crafting kit and some crack pots and some recipe books. I've come up with a new recipe. Now, I'm going to buy the torch because I don't consider that like a piece of equipment, but it's just there for emergencies. If we get the belt lantern, we shouldn't ever need it. And I do want a stack of these for fun and a backup stack for backup fun. Okay.
goodbye. Nice to do business.
It is nice to do business. All right, we can put these right here. And now we can go into the crafting menu and make us some of these. And some more neck bones. Because we've been responsibly slaughtering turtles. And there you go. We got us a nice loadout. Everything's coming up. I don't really care about bolts. These go into these slots as you pick them up. I mean, I could unequip them and sell them, but I'm really not that worried about it. Because we're never going to have a crossbow equipped. So it don't matter. Boy, the weather's real fiery today. The shad factory must be running, son. You could smell that all the way to Cedar Island when the shad factory's running. Okay, there is another merchant down on the beach. Oh, you can't summon Torrent on a wall. He won't have none of it. There's also that cave down there. Oh, we haven't talked to that little dude yet. Let's get the warp point. We're doing this all out of order. Son, tell you what, let's warp back up here. Limgrave. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of Corn Hornman so we ain't got to worry about him. Fine, I'll kill this one first since you want it so fucking bad. Oh! And one to grow on. Oh no, he put his shield up. How am I ever going to beat you? How am I... Oh, I'm not stopping long enough to actually go into my weapon art. Mighty Shot. I believe it's known at. Here it comes! Ooh! And one to grow on. Oh, he was reaching for that horn. I saw it. Son, I'm completely in the right. Let's do some more honorable Bushido. Bushido. And then there's this asshole. Bushido! Yeah, my honor level is off the fucking charts, boys. See that scroll I keep on my hip? That's just a record of my honorable deeds, son, and it grows every day. It grows every day. This makes my honor the big honor. Bushido. Okay. That noise they make as they lie dying from the back wound I've inflicted on them is the sound of their dishonor escaping their body. I was trying to shoot your dog, but you tanked it, son. You got enough honor that I'll poke you with my katana sword. Aha. You earned it, soldier. You earned it. Oh, they don't build these wagons up to code. Just cause the shattering took place doesn't mean your damn standards have the collapse. Oh, are you mad? Well, then you should have done something about it. You should have done something about it. I'm going to shoot your dog with a fire arrow. Oh! He doesn't even care. Now he does. Now that it's personal. You think killing the man's dog would be pretty personal. He's never seen John Wick, apparently. He spent the whole movie trying to figure out what Keanu Reeves was fucking mad about. Oh, it's our favorite. It's our special friend. Hey, buddy. You know about jumping R2s? He's like, I've never seen the prequels. Does R2 jump in the prequels? He gets like little hover rockets at some point, doesn't he? I can't remember. Ask Mr. Plinkett. Oh, yeah. Everyone feels real honorable for you. Bushido! Shit, Lord. Bushido 2! The Bushido Reckoning. Oh, there's honor today, buddies. You get a blue sip. Whichever sip I take after I kill you decides whether you go to heaven or hell. And spoilers, I only keep one blue sip in the bottle. You've got to be in the 99th. No, the first percentile. I forgot. When you're in the percentile, you want to be in the littler number. You want the Pac-Man mouth to eat the little number. Liar ahead. We'll never know what he was referring to. And now we've got our whetstone knife, so we can change our katana scaling. Didn't expect message. By the way, praise the message. Well, since you're a samurai, I will. You look like a stand-up samurai guy. Does this count as playing the actual game now that we're running around killing enemies? Does this count as the good times? I guess we can get some more of these items to vendor. Like this flail up here. Flail fail. Devolver. I love that part of being an honorable samurai is sniping people with a bow. You get the big shot. Flame arrow. Oh. Honorable combat this man wants with his Steve Martin arrow sticking out of his head. Does that make your spells cast better, buddy? Are you from Oolacile? Ooh. More like Ooflacile. The kids get it. The kids are clapping. Well, they're not clapping because they're holding Go-Gurt in one hand and they don't want anything to happen. Hey, jackass. Bushido. You can't say I didn't give him a chance. Flail that tail, and you can never fail. Hey, Bushido. Honor in the bushes. Have we slaughtered the whole encampment yet? I like to think we have. I like to think we have. Oh no, there's this fucking guy. Then there's this asshole. Bushido. All right. Well, now that we've brought honor to this godless fortress, this godless encampment, we could ride over here and talk to the sewing guy. so-and-so. My favorite member of the Teen Girl Squad. Who's your favorite Teen Girl Squad member, son? It's tough to pick. Some people include Tompkins. That's the most controversial thing to try to sneak in there. All right, we need a bush to start yelling at us. There he is.
Could you help us out, Cully?
Yeah, I just got to murder some innocent animals that are holding crafting items that belong to me. Not since the Arisen from Dragon's Dogma 2 has somebody's property been so unjustly taken from them. Roll into the bush. Who?
Would you go? Some clod. You were just breaking this. Thank you. I was pushed out of the cave and I ended up as a trim. Look.
That reminds me of that horrifying old Looney Tunes. It's called The Tree Surgeon. And it's about this donkey who's like a doctor for trees. And it has one of the most horrifying existential dread, like I have no mouth and I must scream endings of any cartoon I've ever seen.
Oh. What a shame when they threw me out. So this is all I have to explain. I hope you can forgive.
Oh, 10 mushrooms, son. We're going to have a good Saturday evening. Me and Max and Goofball the Goofy Cartoon Ghost, son. We're going to see the Clockwork Elves.
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for, I could sneak back. Then I'd be of some...
Yeah, you do that, buddy. I'm sure that'll work out.
Right. I'm...
All right. Do we want to do anything else up here before we go to the cave and the shore? No, I think we're good. It's nighttime, and that's not the right time to go visit the beach. You ever gone to the beach at night? Very different experience. I guess we could go ahead and make our flask better. So we've been running around with all these flask items. Should I carry 2 blue? Am I feeling that generous? Yeah, why not? Okay. We've only got 1 Crimson Crystal Tear. I think there's one in the woods as well. We honestly should have grabbed that before we started this. Doesn't it give you like stamina recovery? Oh, we'll check it out the next time we're in the woods. Oh, I forgot to advance time. I forgot that it's a warrior's tool. We're going to go down to the beach at high noon. These rune fragments are nice because you can use them to make glow stick stones. Although I don't remember exactly where the recipe is. And you also need an herb that grows underground. That's how they get you. It's like trying to buy AA batteries for your Game Gear, son. That's where they get you. Okay, yeah, the beach entrance. Oh, no. I dashed when I should have O-peppered. Flight pinions are nice because we can make arrows that shoot straighter. It's a good thing. I don't think we can get to the beach from up here. I think only death away. Well, we could probably drop down onto that structure right there. Boom. What say you, weird penguin-looking birds that I can't quite loot? They drop, yeah, the 4-toed fowl-foot. Those are the things you use to make the items that temporarily increase your runes and item drop. I remember farming quite a few of them when I was shooting that bird on that cliff in the original playthrough. I don't plan on doing that this time. You can preemptively save yourself from getting mad at video games. Oh. This guy's real standoffish for being such an isolated merchant.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
I want to buy things from you? Okay, your reason for being here? Oh, yeah. Oh, we could upgrade our katana sword a couple more times now. You know I got to do that. You know I got to do it to them. We might as well buy these because they cure poison. And we're more likely to encounter that this early in the game. Sleep and blood loss? Probably not as much. And as always, we've got plenty of arrows, but we could use 420s worth more.
All done? Well, be on your way then.
Okay, buddy. You gonna be like that? If that's how you're gonna be? Oh, make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. Oh, there's more of those skulls that just sort of hang out. I guess these are here for people that desperately need runes and can't, like, fight an enemy for some reason. Also, we took the back way in, so we snuck past these guys. The most honorable way possible, son. I see your plan to sneak back in here worked really good, buddy.
Oh. You must leave this place at once. You'll end up just like me.
No, probably not. I'd like to think I'm a bit more capable of defending myself, but then again, I don't want to get too boastful. It's just I got a katana sword and a bunch of plates strapped to me. Is that what samurai armor is? All right. Normally I would rather come through here when I have the belt lantern, but I want to get this guy's sewing needle back to him. So, like I said earlier, just for this brief period, I consider the torch just a tool to let us see. It's kind of a detriment because I can't two-hand my katana. Son, that means you're not allowed to get mad at me. Hey, buddy. You look like the kind of guy that needs a good Bushido, and I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just a saying. Tell that crowd down there about how honorable I am. And some ye old cave moss. Alright, let's play Twing Twang in the meantime. We'll shoot fire arrows so we can see what we're doing. Nice. Alright, if we don't power shot them, they don't do enough damage. They don't do enough damage to one shot. So keep that in mind. Alright, there should just be one of you left down here. Bushido falls! Okay. Oh, there's you. You almost got me, buddy. You've perplexed me with your advanced movements, son. Okay, so he actually dropped the glowstone item, which means we can go back to two-handing our sword. And to jumping with an R2. It's a good thing. Yeah, you psyched yourself up for that trip to hell I sent you on, son. You'll be ready. You'll be prepared. Scar from the Lion King will be real fucking pleased with you. Okay. I think that's the gist of this place. I suppose we could fight an actual boss fight, son. What a rare thing in this Tenfey playthrough, son. You hate to love to see it happen. Let's preemptively gird our loins with some neck bones, though. Couldn't add it in the usual, like, Final Fantasy victory moment because their little shithead minions kept attacking me. What a fun, honorable battle we just went through. Oh, there's a couple of you over here, huh? I had no idea. Get me... Oh, I unequipped my torch because it was too shameful. I'll just have to use flame arrows. Or I would if you weren't all up in my shit! Miyazaki! Okay, okay, okay! My God, will you crowd fucking calm down? My cinematic moment of walking up to this fucking island ruined. Because these two fucking enemies had to be back here. God damn. A microcosm of Bloodborne's influence on this fucking game. Oh, look at that. We came out on this beautiful island. What an untarnished moment. What a moment completely free of petty video game anger. I'll just slaughter some wildlife to make me feel better. Now, we don't really care about the dragon church they have here, since we're never going to learn any dragon sorceries, so ain't got much to do with this place, to be honest. But we do need to go back across the way. See, right over there is where we talked to that unpleasant merchant. I just realized I equipped an arrow out of habit. Well, you two had no fucking excuse. So there's the cave right there. We went under the water. Okay, buddy.
Oh. Wait. You got it back.
I'd like to talk to the NPC. Game, is that okay? Or is he too... is he too overwhelmed with emotion?
My mum, and that's I always...
Yeah, everyone cares about your story, buddy.
Thank your very... I always want... Your very... I always want...
Okay, we got it. Alright, now we can alter our garments. So what that means is, this one piece of armor we have, we could attach more, like, dried grass or reeds to the neck of it. And it makes it slightly heavier, but it also makes it more armored. So I guess I'll turn it on for you all just so you can see what it looks like, although I don't think it looks as cool. It's more of a ghillie suit type dealio. If we were sneaking through some tall grass, if we were sneaking up on some lionesses, it might be useful. But it is what it is. At least it gives us an option, considering we're going to be wearing this armor the whole game. Okay. That little side quest is over. Where to next? Are we finally ready to head to the Weeping Peninsula? Let's just say yes so we can get it over with. Just thought it might be fun to humble that man as we ran by. As a joke. There's a couple of smithing stones on the bridge. Oh yeah, don't forget we can finish the first level of upgrading our Uchigatana now. If we either go to the Round Table Hold or back to Santa Claus's church. Oh, I want those flaming butterflies. Excuse me. Oh yeah. They call it the Weeping Peninsula because it's always raining. Son. If Burmecia from Final Fantasy IX were to be built in the Elden Ring world, it would have to be on the Weeping Peninsula. I guess we'll advance your quest.
Might I bend? My name is the servants. But I swear my good father decided him. The servants. They've since come. I fear it's no. Please, would you mind my soul wish? Please. Thank you. Then please. Deliver. Please, he can be stubborn.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I'll go let your dad know you're sitting here on a rock, expecting to not get killed. while he sits in the castle all day doing his quote-unquote job. There's a bunch of enemies down here and some ambushes and, you know, advanced combat tactics, but you can also just run past everything. Try dashing through. Jingle Bells is Miyazaki's favorite Christmas carol because of the line dashing through the snow. You see one of those beetle bugs down there, he has the mighty shot weapon skill that our longbow already has, which means we have no use for it. Other than to vendor it, I suppose. Grab some Roa fruit. Roa, fight the fruit power, as they say. Uh-huh. And as always, a merchant, our good friend.
Buying or selling?
Not enough cash, stranger. Now, he actually has one of the next stage of stones, although you need two at the bare minimum. Now, we could buy this medallion. You can start the game with that. It gives you a slight max HP bonus, but I think taking less physical damage is better than that. So, that's just me. That's just me. And what the hell do I know? Certainly not how to properly play Elden Ring. I haven't done a full playthrough of this game since TMVA Elden Ring. Since getting the game myself, because I finally upgraded my PC to one that could run it. And they finally patched it to run better. Those combination of things have happened. I've played it a little bit, but never all the way through. I've never had the motivation to. Alright, there's a big giant down there in a castle. We're not going to worry about them right this second. We got more things to run around grabbing with our grabby hands. But first, the map. That giant back there is shooting giant arrows at us, in case you're wondering what that noise was that I completely ignored. I completely no-sold. When we're backstage later after Monday Night Raw, he's going to like legitimately be mad at me that I no-sold his giant arrow that he was planning on hyping up. Son, that was going to be his entrance to WrestleMania, and I just no-sold it. Run over here and ignore the rats of frenzy. They like to hang out in this area. I hear you squeaking. Oh, he's a squeaker. He's a squeaker. I've seen squeakers before. Alright, if you're careful up here, you can avoid most of the enemies, as always. Hey. Bye. And then there's you. You crowd did a real good job protecting your Church of Frenzy. Full of Mises that I'm going to shoot to pieces. Oh. Give them the old one too. Power shot, followed by regular shot. Oh, even when they do their little rat jumps that I so love, it's not enough to save them. We'll take the big rat last, son. Like me when I'm visiting Clara on a 3-day weekend. I'm like, I'm going to save the big rat for the last day, so that way I can still walk through the rest of the weekend. I don't need to be... I was about to say blowing my load right to start with, but I realized it took the dumb anecdote too far. It crossed the threshold of tolerable Tenfey rat lady discourse. Thanks for the sacred tear. And the sacred memories of kicking your ass. I'll cherish them both. From up here, you can see our friend the merchant. Neat. Might as well grab some of these frenzy plants and such while we're in the area. Although I think that was all regular Roa fruit. These are the frenzy plants down here. Next to the rats of frenzy. Rats. The rats were frenzy rats. We inflict frenzy status. Yeah, we're the rats. Okay. Now that we've had a fun little moment in the woods. I'm telling you, we've never been quite so close to being ready to actually play the game. You crowd aren't going to know what's happening. You crowd aren't going to know what's happening. I have no idea how long I've been recording. I need to set a timer. Because I only have one monitor in my current setup. So I can't see the OBS that's recording this right now. And I didn't even look at my clock when I started. I can usually tell when it's time to stop recording when I get too bad off. When my voice gets too scraggly and my coccyx gets too sore. That's when we know we've reached the limit. The Tenfey limit. Just gonna grab this here Lost Grace since we're in the area. Might even set a spell. Might even upgrade my flask for fun. Fun time flasks. From Mattel. Alright, we're gonna run across this bridge. But Uncle Tenfey, there's a powerful monster guarding that bridge. Yeah. Somehow we got past him. We have to go over Fart Flower Vale. If you fall down there, son, it's going to be a slow, flatulently death. These spear guys ain't got much to do with them. We're headed to the church up on the hill. The old hill church, I like to think they call it. Like lambs to slaughter. You almost got away? You almost got away. Uh-huh. The Church of Pilgrimage. More like the Church of Pillaging when I get done with it. I mentioned recently I'm the honorable hero. And that you've got to love me. And don't you wish there were more of me? Hey, now, I wanted to grab that item, not read your stupid comment. Thank you. I love some more vendor garbage. Thank you. Okay, y'all can tell the tale of the samurai man who spared you. Alright, there's one more church we want to visit. Oh, but we've got to go through this big old pack of sheep. Flock. They're in flock steps, son. One of my favorite games from Rhythm Heaven Fever. They make it so hard to, like, turn around and pick up an item when you're riding Torrent. Damn you, Miyazaki. Okay. I'm being indulgent now. This is the equivalent of the elf boy doing spinning attacks in the grass to get restless crickets, son. Once I start slaughtering a bunch of sheep, I can't help myself. It's just the thin beast bones are so useful because you use them in like all of the arrow crafting and to make additional throwing knives. There's just so many benefits to slaughtering them. I don't really have anything to do with that mausoleum. There's also a guy you can fight in there to get a scar seal that a lot of pros use. Luckily, I'm not a pro. Luckily, I'm amateurish enough to realize that I don't need to be taking extra damage, even if I do gain a bunch of free levels. Gotcha. Okay, and there's one isolated merchant way down here that we're going to go pay a quick visit to. They want me to pick up that multiplayer item the worst. It just spawns at every one of those little posts you run past until you finally pick one up. I like that this guy's isolated, but he has himself a nice shack, although I don't know if it's going to protect from the rain very well. It's like in that Dr. Seuss book, I had trouble in getting to Shalom Salu, or whatever the name of it is. He stays in a shack at one point, but it's very leaky. I see you've also got a Deutsch mask, like the guy out in Caelid.
Well, it's been an age. How can I help?
You could sell me this and these. And luckily, I mean, I would buy these stone sword keys if I could afford them. What do I have to sell? What am I selling, stranger? Let's see, I got this useless garbage. This shame shield. This helmet. This arm. I don't even remember getting that armor. I was probably too busy getting mad at video games like an adult. Alright, that's still not enough to buy even one of those stone sword keys. I could sell you some of my runes I've been collecting for fun. There we go. And there we go. Oh, I'm going to need enough to upgrade my items when I go back. So let's just go and sell these to him. And then immediately leave. Okay. Back to the Church of Ela. Son, just a lot you got to do when you start an Elden Ring run. There's lots of chores that come with an Elden Ring run. Let's see, let's pass the time until morning. Oh, this morning. Alright, let's get you up to the next level. And now we can do 2 upgrades on our bow. Fantastic. You'll love to see it.
Wait, well, you're back.
I am back. A samurai sword story. Let's grab a few of these. And blow the rest on throwing knives. Oh yeah, spin right down to 0, son. Gordon Ramsay's grocery shopping nightmare. Part 2. Alright, now we actually have to decide what we want to do. We need to level up. Because as you can see, we're still level 9. We haven't gained 1 damn level yet. So, we're going to need a couple of leveling souls. So, I'll meet y'all in Caelid. Once we warp away some more worries. Alright, I'm about to show you crowd one neat trick to getting some nice souls at the very beginning of the game. It's a little tedious to use it too many times, but just right here at the beginning you can use it to get a leg up on the pile, son, like Senor Card Gauge, and get into the game so you can just start following the path. So this is that dragon I told y'all about earlier who's just laying here bad off. And as you can see, he has quite a bit of HP. But he is susceptible to the bleed status, which luckily our katana sword inflicts. So every so many hits, he's going to take a percentage of his max HP as damage. And you'll see, yeah, right there. So what we can do is we can sit here and hack this guy until he finally dies. And there's a simple trick to making him not disappear, because he doesn't respawn normally once you kill him. Or in this case, I guess put him out of his misery. So, it's not swift. That's why I was saying it's not, it's kind of tedious. It's not like standing on that cliff and shooting that bird, but it is something you can do at the very beginning of the game. If you're playing as a class that doesn't start with a bleed weapon, that flail that we got way back at that encampment where I fought the spearman, that inflicts bleed status, and I'm pretty sure almost any starting class can two-hand it at the very beginning of the game. Oh Lord, give me the strength for this tedious nonsense. This is probably still faster than farming that boulder. I'd only do the boulder farm if you only needed like less than 10,000 runes to like I said, to buy an item or to get that last little bit for a level up before you fight a boss or something. Ugh. So how you kids enjoying the playthrough so far? It's very front-loaded. I knew that I was going to have to do all this shit at the beginning. Because you start out so killable in Elden Ring. Like, seriously. Or as Homestar Runner would say, seriously. So I'm looking at my Homestar Runner puppet that I recently bought. And the best part about it is it comes with its own terrible Homestar Runner impression because it's mine. I'm not sure the most efficient way to do this, like if it's to one-hand your katana and just do like a couple of slices and let your stamina refill, because you can't see like the build-up of the bleed meter on the enemy. The enemy's too good at hiding his bleed meter, son. That's why the British wore those red coats during the Revolutionary War. It's also why they wore brown pants. Son, any Minutemen watching, if Paul Revere's watching, he'd laugh. Who was that actual guy, the real Paul Revere, that like they changed his name? Because it didn't sound as good in the poem. All right, once you're getting him close to death, you want to get on Torrent so you're ready to run. Because this is time dependent. You can do this 3-hit combo when you're setting on Torrent. I think the next bleed proc will kill him. It's really sad when you think about it. This giant, like, powerful beast reduced just laying here while a man with a katana sword slowly bleeds it to death. That's that famous world building that Miyazaki's known for. So, Vadi is like, write that down. Write that down! Okay, he's dying. You want to immediately haul ass over to this side of grace and rest at it as quick as you can. Oh no, I rolled. So if you could set down quick enough, he dies. You get his 50,000 souls, and he respawns. So you can do this as many times as you want. You saw how tedious it was. I'm just going to do it a couple of times so we can gain enough levels to just start fighting bosses and shit. So I'll let you all skip ahead. I might include it as a secret video if you want to look at the description. If you're the kind of person that enjoys secret Tenfey videos. But otherwise, I'll see you crowd here in a minute. Alright, and just like that, we got us a few leveling souls. So let's see. Get this to about 40. Get you to 20. And dump the rest in Dex. Level 49, boys. That's a respectable getting the game going amount of souls to have. Alright, well let's put these to good use. I think it'd be fun to clear out this castle down here. I think you kids would have a good time. All right, buddy. And what are you selling again? Was there anything he had that I wanted to get? I just want to use up these souls just in case. I'm not buying that. Let's get some more arrows. These things are fun. You can throw them and they have bleed build up. That kind of goes with our theme of being a bleeding samurai. If we were to go to the UK right now, they'd be referring to us as a bloody samurai. They're like, oi! I tried to catch a lorry here, but there was a bloody samurai in the way. It's the worst UK impression I've ever done. Oi, Nigel. What happened to you? I ran into a bloody samurai. I was getting a kebab. I got hung in the trees because I was doing a bad impression. A bad accent. Alright, this guy's really ignorable if you just have physical structures between you and him. I might even stop to kill some sheep along the way. Just a handful for the road. You're doing it, buddy. You're deterring me. You're deterring me. Ha 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 ha. 'Tis but good sport. Well, I didn't even get to proclaim it good sport before you ruined it. Guess what? Your feet get Bushido. And for your other foot, Bushido. He couldn't handle it. 2 taps of Bushido and he went down. Like a paper pagoda. Oh, thanks. Those will be real fucking great when I vendor them. Alright, here's the castle that we're going to storm. And it's already raining. How appropriate. Aha, what say you? No item ahead. Well, then I won't even look. I trust you. I trust you, buddy. Hey, Turtle Man. Fancy seeing you here with your big curvy sword. Environmental storytelling. Let us ride the lift. Let us ride the lightning. I gotta let this crowd know I'm in business. I got to walk in like I'm in business. Should we finally grab this thing so Miyazaki's ghost will stop trying to give it to us? Okay. Small golden effigy. There's a lot of crowd out here causing a lot of problems. You know what? This would be a perfect choice. Perfect chance to introduce you, crowd, to the boys. Son, first of all, I'll put my belt lantern up here. Son, here they are, my Fanged Imps. Their names are Kito and Kato. And they're my good friends. They help me fight. Here, let's instigate some trouble so that y'all can help me fight. Kiddo, Kato, you got this? Oh, they got this. They got this, Jerry. Well, we had a genuine air battle right then, son. Bushido! Oh, excuse me, I missed with my Bushido. Luckily, he was polite enough to let me charge and run up. I appreciate you lads helping me out. Oh, that's honorable combat right there, Jerry. Oh, he went right for the big guy. Bushido! Ha ha ha! 'Tis but good sport, Inu-chan. Inu-chan, why must you hate? Okay, there's like a couple of y'all here now. Gotcha. We had like a perfect counter moment. Oh, wow. Oh, no! Kito and/or Kato! I can't tell you apart unless I just summoned you, and you're standing on either side of me. It's the only time I can tell you all apart. Bushido! For the boy! You're doing it, buddy. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're like a fun-sized Kito Kato bar, son. You only got 2 in there. It's really not that fun when you think about it. Advanced fire shot! Ooh! Advanced fire shot! Ooh! I'd be a good Star Ocean character, son. Like Bowman with his Firebird attack. Hey, we cleared the courtyard? Of ne'er-do-wells? No, there's a big pumpkin-headed one over there. Ooh. 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 Just wanted him to know we were here. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? You gonna help me fight this guy? Yeah, I don't think he fully noticed we're here. Okay, his pumpkin head slightly defends him from my charge shot. Where are you at? Oh, you're down there. Getting shit done. Causing a lot of trouble in that bubble. You look like the kind of fellow who needs a good dose of Bushido. An additional Bushido. Honorable combat, buddy. There's my fire grease. I like that these smoldering butterflies hang out around fires. Of course, a lot of moth and type bugs, which I assume butterflies are somewhat related to. I'm no entomologist or whatever you call yourself if you study butterflies. They've got some douchey fancy term for it. I'm gonna shoot you right in the center of your asshole. And then my boy's gonna finish you off. That's honorable combat right there. Ha 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 ha. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. Hey hey. There. You happy with your performance right then? Inu-chan? Oh no, he's dying of sadness. It's like where the red fern grows. When one of my Fanged Imps was killed by a possum. Or a cougar. Was it a cougar? I can't remember what happened. Spoilers for Where the Red Fern Grows, by the way, but that's just one of those books they make you read in school so that you can learn how to have your soul torn out of your body. In case you might still have joy in your heart, they make you read that book. Smithing stones. I'm all about the smithing stones. Power shot. Ooh. See, buddy? That's how you do it. I'll let you stick with your little, forked scythe thing. And your magic bombs. I like how we're like the same height when you stand up. That's interesting. You're always hunched over. Okay, we could go this way, or we could take the cool guy path. Which we're going to do, lest we be a fool guy path. We just have to climb up this pile of corpses. Oh, this is a mountain of corpses, by the way. I don't know if you picked up on that little environmental storytelling. That must be the worst corpse of all. That was the most rottenest corpse of all. He died right after he got done eating a pizza with extra onions and garlic on it. The Wario special, they call it. If you don't shit your pants within an hour of eating it, it's free. I guess you can't follow us here, buddy. Go be with your brother. You've served me well. I know that there's miscreants afoot in here, though. So I'm going to very honorably, in a very Bushido-esque manner, sneak in here and slit their throats while they're unawares. Sword fighter, oh, sword fighter. Oh, is this that damn Claymore that everyone jizzes themselves over? My friend Tommy's a big Claymore guy. Claymore for clayless. Oh, look at this crowd. If anyone's ever needed honor brought to them, it's this crowd right here. I like to do it one at a time. Oh, are you mad? You gonna do something about it? Bushido! And one to grow on. This crowd's pretending they didn't know. Oh, wow. Environmental storytelling that I get to be a part of. Don't worry, buddy. I'll avenge you. He took his garbage into hell with him, which is good because I didn't want it. His sour grapes boots or whatever the hell it is he drops. Oh, liar ahead. Liar ahead. I like how you never see the offending messages. You just see the claims of lying. The invention of lying. I've only ever seen one scene in that movie, and it features Edward Norton as like a traffic cop. Seems I've joined in Battle of Rez, son. Metal Gear Solid 4. Well, I didn't deserve that yelling. I hadn't even done anything to you yet. Now, no matter who you help, the other side will still try to kill you. So don't think you're making friends up here. Don't think you're making allies. Look, I even humbled him for you. Bushido! That's how you fight. Lord Sworn's Bolt. Well, I Lord swear that I'm going to sell that shit at the item shop. Could use a red sip. We did it. Twang twang, indeed. Wow. Now, I'm not going to use that because that is, I consider that more of a weapon than the regular torch. Although, once again, I'll probably never equip the regular torch again now that we have the belt lamp. Son, our integrity of standard issue remains uncontested. Oh no, he's racing me. He's going to beat me. Damn you, Ghost. Damn you. A lot of nice ambience out here in the Rainy Castle. We can fight this crowd from a distance with our mighty shot. That's the best aspect of that mighty shot. Oh, I love how they program them to walk back and forth like they're targets in a carnival game when you hit them from a distance and they can't immediately pathfind to you. Oh. Yeah, buddy, you're just unhittable. You're just an unhittable mess. The unhittable Hulk, they call you. Ooh, I knew I'd get a cool guy headshot right at the end. My clicky stick doesn't detect any more foes. There's no item under this barrel, and even though I know that, I'm still going to run over here and be sad. Praise the rolling. Ah, message. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. I like your cool hatchet and your, like, ball on a stick. Huh? Huh? Try stealth. No need when everyone's already dead. Alright, so this is that alleyway we were in earlier where I said we could take the cool guy route. So I guess we could see what the fool guy route is like. Oh, I thought there was a door down here. Well, no wonder I'm such a fool. Excuse me, could you climb that ladder? Son, the armless slasher would have all day to get over here to us. If that's how quickly you can climb up a ladder. You know he'd love it. You know he'd love it. Oh, exploding tables. Behold life or seek death, I guess. How about I seek honorable combat by shooting this motherfucker in the face with a fire arrow? Okay, Miyazaki. I see how it is. I see how it is. Power shot! Oh, he slightly moved. That's cheating, by the way. If somebody's shooting an arrow at you, slightly moving is cheating. Okay, dodge these, shit lord. Dodge these, dodge these, dodge these. My shuriken. My kunai. I even collected your big feather. I'm going to write the best missive on it. I can't believe I've aggroed another one of them already. Well, where did you go? Did you also take cover? Asshole. I think he's right behind that wall. I think he's counting flowers on the wall. And just this one time, that really bothers me at all. Maybe he fell down here. That's weird. There was another guy right there. Oh well. One of the big things you got to get used to when you go from any of the other Soulsborns, specifically the Dark Souls games, is to two-hand your weapon. You have to hold triangle and press R1 or the Y button. Since I am playing this with an Xbox One controller. Plugged into my personal computer. Like an adult. I think there's one more of you laying around here, isn't there? Did I dream that? I guess so. All of the enemies are in my mind, son. This has turned into Silent Hill. All over again. Okay, I don't know if we want to fall down there just yet, because it's like a one-way to get to that. Yeah, that's right. There's more shit to do over here. And if we can play Twing Twang, we should play Twing Twang. We'll see if I can hit you from here, like original Bubs. Oh, yeah. Son. Not even Onion Samurai could manage that. Okay, I think they're allowed to climb that ladder. So they might actually come up here after me. And if they do, they're going to learn a thing or two about Bushido. Bushido! Oh no, the dishonor of your invisible hitbox when you were climbing. Damn you. Damn you. Alright, well now that I know of your treacherous ways, now that I know of your deceit, you can get some proper Bushido. Oh no, the deceit! The deceit! I'm so flawless a victim. Hey, idiot! Oh, you got to stop moving sometime. You got to stop moving sometime. Shit, Lord. Oh, I got daggers for days, baby. Daggers for days. I ain't scared to burn meter. In this case, throwing daggers are meter. What you scared of? You don't want to come up here and fight me? Fine, I'll bring the ass whipping to you, son. Like Foe Hammer, I deliver that ass whipping. Somehow I won. Okay, okay, let us continue liberating the castle. Fight for your freedom. Escape from the castle. They recently announced that Marvel vs. Capcom, like, fighting game collection, which Maximilian Dude, like, just damn near had a hemorrhage when he saw. He was so surprised. So why can't we get Power Stone? Okay, here's that. Remember that girl that wanted us to deliver a letter to her dad? Well, there's her dad.
I'm Edgar, but you can see her menials. They gave me good service. Foul creatures. I'm sorry, but whatever, you take this.
Thanks, buddy.
I see. Thank you. But I can't leave, even if the castle should fall, to ensure the treasured sword of Morn.
Yeah, I'm sure it's worth a lot. If I ever get a hold of it, I'm gonna vendor the dog shit out of it.
If you see Rena, her father will.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure you'll find her. Whether or not she's a lifeless husk, I can't say, but I'm sure you'll be reunited with her. And you won't feel like a huge piece of shit. Okay. Now if we head over here and jump over this wall, we're now above where we were, or below where we were when we were above. You know how it goes. So we could have just dropped down there, but we would have missed those fun items and that fun NPC that everyone loves. Everyone's favorite NPC. That asshole. I was gonna say, I'm gonna need a lot more souls in that to level up now that I've become quite powerful. And don't forget, we could change up our katana sword to some of these other techniques if we wanted to, but right this second, we don't. I will, however, make it early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, son. Working on the railroad all the live long day, son. I'm going to be the someone who's in the kitchen with Dinah. In this case, Dinah refers specifically to the Overlord, Unicorn Overlord character of the same name. If you've watched Tenfey long enough, you don't even need to look up what she looks like. You just know. You know it in your heart. You know how securely her best girl status has been locked in. Although if you like the owl lady, you know, I'm not going to hold that against you. Although I don't think you can marry her, so that's up to you. That's up to you. Oh, we're going to be playing all kinds of twing twang up here. Because this crowd can't do nothing about it, and you know they hate it. You know they're mad. Uh-oh, he's in carnival target mode, son. We ain't gonna get the high score and win a teddy bear. Yeah, turn around and look at that, jackass. You get what you deserve. And then there's this asshole. We can shoot him with a flaming arrow, since he's a slime monster. Slime monsters hate it. I'm trying to remember which merchant sold these. Wasn't it one of the guys around the Scarlet Rot Swamp in Caelid? I honestly can't remember. I know the isolated guy up on the hill, surrounded by T-Rex dogs, sells the poison arrows. I remember at least that much. I hear one of them chalice-filling bugs down there, yeah. Hey, guys. Just down there guarding nothing, huh? Just being jelly slime monsters. Now, jelly slime monsters don't really care about being cut with a katana sword, although they do bleed. But if you run over here and just try to go aboard the neckbone style to inflict bleeding, they'll usually get you. Because they have quite a bit of poise. Yeah, see? Now, they don't have, like fire, though. So if you've got fire bombs away, son. And we can craft more. Oh, we can make our own flame arrows. We can make our own neck bones. That's one of the nice things about doing the tour of merchants right at the beginning of the game, son. Sneaky ambushes I don't care for. You get the flame shot. Oh. I believe there's an ooze up on the wall. Yeah, wall ooze we call him. And one to grow on. Oh. Haven't been firebombed enough, have you? You're like Dan Backslide. After Dora's standpipe beat the dog shit out of him. That's some Miyazaki's Edge we just witnessed, son. That's worth a blue sip. One neck bone to grow on. What say you, ghost? I think it's a little late for that, buddy. I think it's a little late for that. Sorry, I needed some water. I had to drink from my real-life Estus flask. The hydration flask. There's a big guy, so let's get him from a distance. Oh. Oh. Oh, he went right by his armpit, son. Oh no, he's rolling, son. He had the most advanced strats of all. I was like, for a second, I thought I was trapped in the environment. I was like Hermione. That time they were ensnared by the devil's weed or whatever. And they needed fire. And she was like, I ain't got no fire. Do I need to quote the fifth element? And Ron was like, you're a witch. And she's like, well, you didn't have to phrase it like that. The twin blade talisman. I don't know how much that would help us. What does that one do? Okay, so if we do our multi-hit sword slice, it'll make the last hit of it the big hit. I guess that's good in certain builds. We're more about hit and run, honorable Bushido tactics, though. So, keep that in mind. Time for some more fun platforming. Woohoo! Don't forget, we can refill our red flasks when we kill this beetle bug. This big bad beetle bug. With a plunging attack. Oh. Oh, oh. How come you don't have a blue brother up here? For me to get my blue raspberry sacred flask, Estus. The runes are just called souls, and the healing flasks are just called Estus, and we all agree. And we all agree. So the boss is actually way out there. I like how there's just a little section of castle wall protecting his shoal that he lives on. Son, when high tide rolls in, the whole thing's underwater, son. The hogfish will be eating the collards when the high tide rolls in. Alright. Additional fun platforming. You know Miyazaki loves it. We should be able to max out our bow and our shield at this point, or at least max out the first level. Be wary of rat. Oh, I can't applaud that message, son. Even if rats are coming to kill you, they're still adorable in their own way. Even these horribly mutated, hateful rats can enjoy a Ritz cracker, son. And so I can't hold that against them. I mean, it's not going to stop me from killing them from above. But at least I had the decency to feel bad about it. Especially when they cheat and move around Namely and Pamely like. Let's see if I can hit you with a firebomb from here without falling off. No, not quite. I could fight one rat from above. Well, I would if my technique had hit you. Bushido! Oh no, my Bushido missed! Come at me. Bushido! How are you all innately dodging my Bushido? They're too powerful. Nezumi-kun. Yamate! Nezumi-kun. Yamate! Honorable rat combat. Nezumi Senshi. Okay. So we would need about 5,100 souls to level up. I don't think we have enough soul items to get that many, do we? Not quite. If we were at a vendor, maybe. I'm just not going to worry about it. I mean, we could warp to a vendor right now if we wanted to. But that would imply that I'm afraid of the boss, son. I fear no Tony Danza. But that thing, and I point to Don Knotts as Barney Fife, that thing, it scares me. Okay, there are a couple of these ragtag guys up here. Let's just go board them like neckbones. Let's just bleed them like stuck hogs. Well, that worked real good. You got some blood resistance, buddy. I could see that now. I could see that now. Jesus. A nice refill of my throwing daggers. That reminds me I need to recraft you. These jellyfish don't really bother you if you don't bother them. So maybe we should just not bother them. Little crabs. Crab ahead. Oh, hold on. I was trying to prove that message and I did a Noctis jump. There we go. Enemy ahead. It's true. All right, let's get rid of these little crabs. Little crabs, let me in. Not by the claws on our tin. It's kind of a joke when you think about it. Okay, the reason we did that is because the little crabs portend a big crab that pinch the hell out of you. Why is it always crab? I'm trying to applaud your message, but the interface is like, no. Okay, we can hit him. Bushido! 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 We did it. And we got some crab eggs. Item ahead. Thanks, Samurai Man. Oh no, how will we defeat these crabs? How will we defeat these crabs? I could use some fire arrows, thank you. Didn't expect fire. I guess that's true. We should let this crowd know that there's a big crab here. None of these other people pointed that out. So let's actually leave a message. The first nice message of the playthrough. You kids at home can come here and see if you can find it. One of Uncle Tenfey's secret hidden samurai messages. No, we need a be wary of. Be wary of giant is what we want. There you go. There you go. I guess we could mess with a few jellyfish just for fun. My favorite part is they all have Wi-Fi and get mad on each other's behalf if you kill one of them. They're all infected with jellyfish rage. 28 jellyfish later, son. 28 jellyfish later. Honestly, these are one of the freakiest enemies in the game to me. I've always been perturbed by jellyfish. As somebody who's not a fan of deep water, there's something about jellyfish I find really unsettling. Even though they're just kind of like mindless balloons that float through the water. We're going to go back to the bonfire before we fight the boss. That's why I'm not worried about burning through my resources right now. I'm just having fun killing jellyfish monsters. If I recall, there is a secret item right here. Huzzah. Now, we have no use for those because we're never going to be using a special weapon to surpass Metal Gear. So that's just vendor loot for us. Although we could save them up for if we ever become an aftermarket samurai with some magic katana swords. The old one too. Are you mad, Jellyfish Coon? You shouldn't be, because you're already in hell with your friend. You already inhaled with your friend. Let's see what happened to you when you made the jellyfish mad. Oh no, did your big sword not save you, buddy? If only you were honorable enough to have a properly folded weapon of steel justice. Once again, the liars. The liars with their pliers. Plier liars. We could just warp back to the side of grace. Yeah, I don't mind editing out another loading screen. Alright, now that we took care of all the fun stuff, we can just jump down there and run straight to the boss. And no one will be none the wiser. Ooh. All right, let's preemptively gird our loins. And by that I mean, since you can't really use Torrent, let's equip something down here. Could we use our poison katana or our fire katana? The fire katana would be more cooler. A might bit cooler. Let us prepare our body. Let us prepare our chakras for the battle ahead. Neck bones. Fire sword.